American business turnaround specialist and venture capitalist Jay-Brennan is warning business owners and entrepreneurs to ensure they have credible cash flow projections or lose a valuable tool to successfully operate their businesses.
Well, to me, this is a model of your business. So where you start from is your orders. So, over the next 3 to 6 months, what orders do you expect to get? And if your answer is, I don't know, well, figure it out. You got to have some, otherwise you're just living today, right? You got to have some basis of saying, well, based on these factors we expect to get these orders. You've now got a plan, right? So you can actually tell next week, how did I do? My plan was I needed to get 10 orders and I got 5 or I got 12. Okay, great. I had a good week or a bad week. I need to change and do something different. Or it can say, hey, this is working pretty well. We can keep riding what we're doing. So you got to project your orders. Then you got to project how long it's going to take for you to fulfill those orders. So depending what business you're in, it might be how long it takes you to provide the service that you're going to bill them for. It might be how long to manufacture the product that you're going to sell them. Whatever it is that you do, how long it takes from when you get the order until you actually can bill somebody and send them an invoice for having done whatever you're going to do. You got to project that. Then you got to project how long does it take when you bill somebody till they actually pay you. So is that going to be 30 days if you've got 30-day terms, or are they stretching you out and paying you in 45 or 60 days? You need to know all that. And so now you've got this whole wide range. You need to project all the expenses that happen there in the middle. Those are your breathing expenses. That's what it takes to operate the business, to make all that stuff happen. And you got to know what those costs are too. When you put all that together into a forecast, you're going to have a model of the way your business works. And I guarantee you it will be the most valuable tool that you have in terms of operating your business.
Brennan, who was addressing the first staging of Catalyst Business Conference in Kingston in May, says business executives should act on what cash flow projections are suggesting and to cut costs quickly and intelligently if that's what's needed.
So suppose now that you've had a cash flow forecast and it said you're going to get into trouble, or more likely than not, you don't have a cash flow forecast and you wake up one day and you can't make payroll, or the bank pulled your credit line, or you lost a big account, whatever it is, something horrible bad happened. The question is, so now what do I do? Okay, maybe I had a forecast that told me it was coming, so what? What can I do about this? Well, back when I went to business school, which was a long time ago, we had a case study that they presented to us on turnarounds. And the case study indicated that there's 2 paths that you can choose when you are faced with a turnaround in terms of how you can get the company back to profitability and to cash flow positive. And the 2 choices are, you can either choose to grow sales and grow to profitability, or you can choose to cut costs and you can cut to profitability. Well, I completely disagree with whoever did that case study, because in my opinion, when you are in serious financial trouble, there is only one way for you to proceed to make sure your company survives. And that's my next tip, which is you need to cut costs quickly, deeply, and intelligently. Now again, business owners have sort of a knee-jerk reaction against this. More likely than not, you got into business because you wanted to grow your business. You wanted to make it be something bigger. You're an optimistic person. You're a go-getter. You're a doer. You're all those wonderful things that I love about business owners. And for whatever reason, most likely because you screwed up, your business is not doing well right now. And so you're saying, well, yeah, but if I can just get sales up to that next level, we can make it. We can have that cash flow, Jay. I can do all this great stuff. And I go, too late. You lost that chance. Maybe someday we can get back to doing that. But right now the question is the survival of your business.
Brennan emphasizes that indecision in cost cutting could be costly.
If you don't cut deeply enough, and I've seen this happen, unfortunately, is when you cut not deeply enough and then you're still losing money, still bleeding cash, and you got to go back to the till and cut again, you really kill the morale of your people. Because they lose all faith in you as a leader. This is a tricky situation as it is. You're facing a crisis here. How you respond to the crisis will determine so much the way your employees, whether they get behind you and support you in this, or whether they just say, hey, you really don't have a clue what you're doing, and I'm out of here. So it's really very important that you cut deeply.
However, the business turnaround specialist suggests that in cutting staff, businesses should ensure that they treat staff fairly and let them go with their dignity.
Okay, even if you're dealing with some employee like John who you should have fired long, long ago, and you're letting him go, well, okay, it's not his fault that he's incompetent. It's your fault you let him stick around, right? So, you don't have to be bad about it. You just say, you're gone, buddy, And you should give people severance if it is all possible. Now, severance is a really interesting question, especially when you're in a troubled company situation because you probably don't have a lot of resources. But I strongly advise companies, it's one of the reasons why I want you moving as quickly as possible, that you really need to give some severance to the people you let off if it's at all possible. And the reason isn't for those people that you're letting go. Honestly, they're not going to be happy with you anyway, and they're gone. It's for those people in that third group that are staying, because they're going to see that when I fired John, I gave him severance. And so they're going to feel more comfortable that, okay, well, if things go off the rail again, at least I know that he's fair and reasonable, and he's going to treat me okay.
Smart suggestion there. Businesses which do not recognize that people contribute hugely to their survival and success will not be around for long. I'm Owen James.